hard to get lined up.
Always said that we would stand up, never ran. We the man, the loyalty never changed. And Delta day one, look at where we came from. Jumping down on anybody, try to stay tough. Money brought me through.
What's that? Oh, we don't. I didn't realize we don't have our little satellite thingy. Yeah.
Oh, it's down there. Well, we can go when he's ready to go. If we want to go ahead and start, I don't know where he's at, so we'll be okay.
Oh, did I stick the...
I think I stuck the anthem. The only one for that one. The only one for that one. There's two for the other two. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like it. So, I mean, I kind of texted him about it, emailed him a little bit. I just thought, this doesn't make sense because no one's going to remember that fight. I said, are you okay if we use this? He said, yeah. And I thought, well, we could have it. And there's two different ones that can just go okay.
If they really want to find the website, they can go to Google.
You still need me standing here?
It's kind of unblocked for the most part now. This is the longer one.
Welcome to Panther Stadium. This evening's game between Pineview High School and Hurricane Tigers. One of the goals of high school athletics is the learning of lifetime values. We'd like to welcome the officials from the Central Utah.
Good evening and welcome to another broadcast of high school football here on Scaluzza.com. Glad to be with you for this 3AA quarterfinal playoff game between the visiting Hurricane Tigers and the host team, the Pineview Panthers. Glad to be with you, everyone. Travis Brunstead alongside Mike Butler as we get set to bring you the action here from Pineview High School in beautiful Washington, Utah. Sun going down, so there might be a little bit of a glare at times on the screen, but that sun will be headed down pretty soon, and we'll have a little more solid camera shot for you. We're going to kick things off here with the national anthem, so bear with us while we take a timeout for a moment and enjoy our nation's colors. Back with you after the national anthem there by the Pineview Band. But we're getting set here for what should be a very competitive and interesting game. You know, on paper, a lot of people will point to the fact that, yeah, Pineview 7-2 and Hurricanes only 2-9, but that doesn't tell the whole story, does it, Mike?
Not with these two particular teams. They kind of have their own little rivalry, and I don't think you hate to use cliches. You can just throw out the record book, but the reality is you can throw out the record book when they play, just because they have been so competitive. They are so close, and frankly, it's a unique class, a unique game, because Pineview hasn't played creeping up on 25 days now. So we'll see what kind of a lag that could possibly have. Maybe it helps them be more healthy, but it also might be they a little bit more rusty too.
Yeah, I would certainly think so, and it almost it'll show a little something about their character and their work ethic and how they handled that layoff. But meanwhile, the Hurricane Tigers, a much different story, coming off a pretty rough regular season and a pretty substantial losing streak towards the end of the year. Then had to head in about as far a drive as you have to make in this state to play a football game, driving up to Garland, Utah to face Bear River. And they went up there and took care of business, surprised maybe a lot of people up there and across the state. But the reality is, even when you looked at the previews to the game, even the head coach at Bear River had said, you know, this is one of the best 1-9 teams that you're going to find, and he certainly did not take them lightly.
Well, yeah, a 1-9 team that has been so competitive for so long, and to see what they might do. And again, they played an incredibly difficult schedule. They played in the toughest, maybe in the toughest division in the state. So it's a little bit different of a 1-9 team as we are getting underway here. We get a chance to be joined by Mike Thompson. How cool is that? That is awesome. So.
Yeah, you know, and speaking of them, you can't underlie the fact of what Hurricane did. Is they're only the second one-win team to win a playoff game in state history. So
yeah,
that's pretty tall order.
That is. But you know, I think they really went up there with a lot of confidence. And talking to some of the coaching staff this week, they feel pretty confident about this week too. But I like Pineview as they're walking into the stadium. They kind of have their own little unique way of coming into the stadium, and one by one come down the stairs, and now they're getting ready to go through the little paper trail here and to bust through here. But Mike, let me ask your thoughts on this tonight. With not playing in almost 3 weeks, what does that do to, you know, how does that impact a team, do you think?
Probably that'll be shown mostly in the first quarter. That's where we'll see that.
And just do you think they'll come out rusty? Do you think that they'll come out? I mean, they're certainly going to be more healthy, but in what ways does that how does that change your approach?
I think you just have to, the first quarter will tell a lot of things, and you have to just play through the first quarter until you get your legs under you and your head in the game, since you've been off for a number of weeks.
Yeah, for the Tigers, it again, that long road trip, and it sure was a short ride home after a pretty big victory here. So.
Yeah, but talking to some of the coaches before the game, they're kind of loving this being the squad that doesn't have the expectations on them. They're really enjoying the, if we win, that's awesome, and our kids are going to be thrilled to be able to say they went to Rice-Eccles, but if they lose, they were supposed to lose. So there's really no pressure on them. They can kind of just go out and have fun and play the game.
Yeah, and that adds a little bit different dimension there to you. And maybe according to some of the coaches that I visited with, their practices were as good as they've had all year. And they were crisp, and they feel like that they are loose. And so we'll see if they play that way, or if they maybe we'll see what kind of confidence they have. But again, a few weeks ago, Travis, when this game was played, these two teams went right down literally to the last play of the game, and it was that proverbial shootout.
Yeah, it certainly was. Pineview came out on top. It went right down to the wire. They only won 34-31, and having seen almost every one of these Hurricane games this year, I think certainly for you and I, Mike, of all the games that we saw this year, that was the best game the Tigers played all year. And even, again, talking to Coach Gardner before the game, he had said, I don't know what it is about certain schools in certain regions, but he said, this is one of those games that we always kind of seem to have Pineview dialed in for whatever reason. It's a good matchup. They play down a little bit, we play up. He actually compared it to when Hurricane plays Cedar, how Hurricane seems to play down a little bit and Cedar seems to play up. But yeah, they're feeling pretty good about their chances tonight, and why shouldn't they?
Well, it's kind of fun. You have, again, last game for some seniors on either one of these teams here tonight, and so you certainly want to let it all hang out here on the field. And there's been a lot of good battles between Hurricane and Pineview on this field. We've seen some close matchups over the years, so it's been kind of fun to let them battle one more time this year.
Yeah, and one of the characteristics of these games between these two teams is they're not usually defensive struggles. The defense has not generally been what's stepped up, and that game this year was certainly an example of that when Cody Wilstead, he passed for 480 yards and ran, I think he threw for 4 touchdowns. Actually, he threw for 3 and ran the 4th one in with 26 seconds left in the game to pull off the victory.
So Mike, you've probably seen Cody a few times in Little League or in other times there. Your impression of the Pineview quarterback?
Well, I just think he's gotten better from his, that starting his freshman year, and I think he missed a lot of his sophomore year. Right. That experience has helped him. It'll help him, in the playoffs, but also, look into the future. I think he has one more year. So.
Yeah, we'll see how accurate he is. We've seen incredibly efficient games from him, and we've also seen times where he's been pretty erratic. And so we'll see what comes out tonight. And if he can pick apart that Hurricane defense and that secondary, they play a lot of zone, and we'll see what he can do to make some trouble here. So Tigers getting some last-minute instructions by some of their team leaders, and Pineview's done their thing, and we'll be doing the same here. Any last instructions, Travis, for us?
Any last rights? Is that what you're saying? No, I think this will be a lot of fun. I think Pineview maybe is a little bit nervous, and I think for this Hurricane team, as we've said, I don't think anybody's been so anxious to prove anyone wrong since Noah closed the door on the ark.
Wow.
But
maybe not.
Good analogy? No. Come on.
I would say no, but
well, yeah, but you're kind of biased. You've been out to get me since we started this thing, Michael.
I didn't see who. Looks like Pineview is going to be kicking, I believe. So, and you know what? That's a good thing. I think the Tigers rarely have the chance to start off first, it seems like, and so. If they can get something shaken early, that puts even more pressure on the Panther team.
Yeah, I think that could make a big difference. If Pineview immediately is feeling pressure to put points up, sometimes that's where Cody Wilstead has a little bit of a tendency to force things. So we'll see if that's how it indeed plays out, but we're anxious to get things started here at Pineview High School. The Tigers get their first opportunity. Bear with the kick, and kicks it deep, very deep, and into the back of the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, and the Tigers will start 1st and 10 from their own 20 as we get things underway here with an early start, a 5 o'clock start. Of course, we're used to 7 o'clock, but these playoff games are erratic and wacky, and nonetheless, we will try to keep you up to date with some of the other games.
Juan Diego winning 14-13.
Oh, interesting halftime score there. Juan Diego leads Snow Canyon 14-13 at the half. Who would have thought that?
That's a pretty tight battle.
That is. So on 1st down, carry on the right-hand side, not much there. So it'll be 2nd and long.
Very short.
Not much on the first carry for the Tigers. A little tough to see that far end from our position, so we'll do the best we can to keep you up to date with who the ball carriers are and whatnot. LeBaron goes in motion. He takes the pitch over the left-hand side and moves the ball ahead. It looks like a gain of about 7 on the carry. So it'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Tigers.
3rd down and 4.
Quiet crowd thus far, which we can assess since we're in the crowd, pretty much. So 3rd and 3 from the 20 from Hurricanes' own 27-yard line. LeBaron goes in motion once again. A pass in the flat, tipped in the air and picked off, but a flag is out there, and I think they might call him for a little contact. It's a pick 6, but we'll see what the flag is for. The Pineview crowd getting a little excited early on, but
well, you're seeing the
There is a flag on the play.
the Pineview sidelines not jumping up and down. I think they know that that one's coming back.
yeah, it was a little early contact, so I think we're going to get a pass interference call here.
Touchdown is good.
So it must have been on the Tigers because the touchdown is good and an early score under just barely over a minute into the first quarter.
I don't know how to do that, Mike. Sorry. So we deal with a little technicality here. I'm the talent. A little inside joke. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I see. So after the pick 6 stands, the extra point is blocked, so it is 6-0 Pineview.
And company. With 10:43 here at Panther Stadium. Panther 6, Hurricanes.
As we are just underway.
Boy, sometimes those extra points, they come back and bite you. You never know how that's going to turn out. I haven't seen a year that there's been such poor kicking than this year. I have seen probably a dozen missed extra points this year, point after touchdowns, and so.
And in fairness, I don't know how much of that's the kicking versus we have a lot smaller offensive lines, it seems like, this year, and the blocking hasn't been what it's been in the past either. So I'm just playing a little devil's advocate here. So after a unfortunate start to this football game if you're Hurricane, but a delightful one if you're Pineview, Hurricane will get another crack at it here. And, we're going to see early on if some of the struggles of this year play into the minds of the Hurricane Tigers, or if they've learned a little bit of something here in the last couple of weeks. Kind of a sideways kick, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Touchback.
Boy, that's a bad call. It went out before the pylon, but they'll call it a touchback nonetheless. So the Tigers will start 1st and 10 from the 20. That might be one of the few things where we actually have the advantage on the angle standing here.
Yeah, that one definitely looked like it jumped out just before that, which is a 15-yard difference. So
right.
That's that may again, you just little things that kind of play into these little games right here. So
yeah,
see if the Tigers look any more refreshed on this penalty on this series, as they Elison 0 for 1 on that on his first pass.
Iramia.
So on first down, it's Iramia, the ball carrier. Not much.
Picks up about 6.
Well, 6. My bad.
That's better.
Well, you know, from the angle we're at, it's just
the
tough.
angle, sure.
You know what, Michael? I'm going to talk to HR after this game.
Allison under center.
So 2nd and 4. Another handoff to LeBaron over the right-hand side, and
Down by 4.
brought up.
Before he can make the corner.
It's a lively announcer over there.
He is. He's
Cody LeBaron.
if I had known, I would have brought a tranquilizer gun, but
3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
no such luck. 3rd and 3. Rolling it out is Elison. He throws it. Got him in. It's dropped by LeBaron.
It's incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Boy, that's a tough one. You got to bring those in, and now the Tigers are going to be forced to kick it away. And certainly not the way they've wanted things to start out here early on. A turnover that turned into 6 points and 3 and out. And a punt team that has at times struggled this year too. Can't downplay that. So Ethan Stratton, the man back to take the snap, does so cleanly. Decent kick. It's going to be taken at about the 39. Evades one tackler. Cole Richens, I believe, missed the original tackle.
Tyson Yardley.
And up to the 49 of Pineview is where the Panthers will start on their first offensive possession in a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, we'll watch and see what Wilstead and company can do here. He's a
First and 10.
great quarterback. I know he's been recruited by a number of Division I schools, and we'll have his pick to where he wants to play if he chooses to play football down the road. He's a great athlete.
So 1st and 10, Wilstead out of the gun. Again, Pineview running kind of a spread offense. Fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking deep, throws it deep. It's got a man. It's caught. Taken down at the 22-yard line.
22-yard line. 1st and 10 Panthers.
So it'll be 1st and 10 once again, which is good for me. I don't have to change the thing.
Great ball by Wilstead on that, and a good route that time as well. So.
And a keeper on the play action. It's Wilstead around the right-hand side, taking it into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow.
2 plays. That's exactly what Pineview was wanting to do after, I guess that answers your question, Mike, on the long layoff there, doesn't it? So
Pick helped and 3 years of his experience as a quarterback.
Just like that.
Impressed with his composure in the pocket.
Just like that, 2 plays and touchdown, and taking a good call on that keeper there.
So we'll see what happens with the extra point here. Will the adventure continue? Snap is a little bit high. Placement, though, is good, as is the kick.
Kick is up and good.
It's just an extra point, dude.
9:04 here in the first quarter. Your Panthers
13-0 Pineview, and certainly not the way I think the Tigers wanted things to start off. A pick 6 and then a quick 2-play possession for the Panthers. Glad to have a few sponsors with us for tonight's game. Dr. Robert Prince is a great orthodontist, gives your high school really something to smile about. His office is located at 754 South Main Street in St. George. Go ahead and give Dr. Prince a call for a free consultation and find out just how easy and affordable it is to straighten your smile. So thanks to Dr. Robert Prince for his support in this football game. We'll be talking about many of our great sponsors in this game throughout the broadcast.
So Tigers with their third series with just barely at 3 minutes in the first quarter, down 12, 13-0. Tiger fans are thinking, you know what, they got to get going quick or else it's going to be tough to, Hurricanes not built to catch up. I think that's fair to say with what their offense runs. It's not something they're built to get a lot of points if needed so quickly. Mia gets that first carry.
Fights for about 3.
Takes it over the left side for about 3.
For Katoa on the stop.
So it'll be 2nd and 7. LeBaron in motion. And handoff up the middle. And Iramia breaks into the secondary and is finally taken down near the 50, but a flag. Will that be a hold, is my question. Kind of thrown in that area where you usually see a holding call. But the Tigers are waving that's against Pineview. And it is against the Panthers.
Iramia starting to fit in pretty well with that in that fullback position that Hurricane is so used to, and so not only are they going to get those yards, but even maybe a couple more as well. So
ball is right at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers.
One of those fullbacks, Brian Scott, kind of in a Colorado hospital right now. Again, want to wish him the very best.
There's a handoff right side, and LeBaron is taken down at the line of scrimmage.
LeBaron on the carry loses about 2.
They're actually going to mark him for a 2-yard loss, so 2nd and 12 for the Tigers. Elison play action, rolling out to the left, decides to keep it, has a huge bunch of yardage as he gets inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line, and the Tigers finally putting a drive together and creating a little bit of hope for themselves.
Pretty shifty little runner is Elison. He's quick. He's able to get around that corner and not what I saw, at least there wasn't a lot of receivers open, so good move to tuck and roll and tuck and run on that one.
So 1st and 10, here's a pitch right side. It's LeBaron. He's got some space. Tries to cut it back inside, and he's taken down at the 20-yard line.
Parker Ferris on the tackle.
It's about an 8-yard pickup there.
Pickup of about 8.
Mike, do you have to change things when you're down 13-0 this early? Do you just kind of keep doing your game plan, or what do you do?
Same game plan. Don't change anything. They get a score here. It's a new game.
Iramia.
Hand off to Jeremiah Iramia, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage, so no dice on that play.
And Dylan Draper on the stop. No game.
So 3rd and 2. Early update from Stansbury. Desert Hills up 7-0.
Yeah, played earlier in the year, first game of the year down in St. George, and Not a surprise there. I think Desert Hill's going to take care of business.
It would seem so. So big third down here for Hurricane. Handoff to Iramia over the right-hand side, and he should have enough for the first down.
Quickly, but it looks like he does have the first down.
So the Tigers will move the chains. 1st and 10, and they are in the red zone now as well. So good look at a scoring opportunity here.
1st and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Dixie also up 7-0 on Cedar early on.
Caden Krieger on that tackle.
We'll try and bring you some other scores from around the state. See at the half, Jordan leads Pleasant Grove 34-21, so a pretty high-scoring game there. LeBaron, right-hand side.
Oh, that's right. We got 2 Jordan beat Diggers here. That's right.
That's right. Diggers in the front. Let me hear you grunt. No?
No. Not in my time at the school, but
well, there's many eras. We're probably both old school.
What year?
90.
Oh, okay. 84.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Pitch on the left-hand side. It's Stanworth into the secondary. Do they give it to him? No, they mark him down at the 1. Boy, that's a tough call. I thought he was certainly closer than the 1.
So 1st and goal for the Tigers. You can see on our scoreboard there. They got 4 cracks at it from here, so that'll be.
If you can't get it in on 4 tries from inside the 1, you are stinky. Just like my buddy Jeff Adamson would say. Yes. First and goal. Touchdown, Tigers! Jeremiah Iramia takes it in from inside the 1, and the Tigers are on the board.
Ethan Stratton set to kick the point after.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So at 5:08, our score is 13-7. We'll take a quick break and be right back with you.
Just hit the button there so the mic goes off. And we'll just get back on.
Number
It's
17,
the scene one. There you go.
Davidson Clark.
So back with you. Thanks to Team D Auto Sales for their support here on Scaluzza.com.
Set to receive.
13-7 is our score as I update the scoreboard here. Apologize.
Multitasking.
Oh boy. Didn't know what I signed up for here. So the Tigers will kick off. Kick deep. Nice kick by Stratton. That'll be a touchback for the Panthers. So we'll see what the Panthers do with perhaps not as good a field position as they had on their last go-around. And then let's see if the Tigers defense can step up a bit. Excuse me.
Well, a 2-play drive last time. They certainly made it look easy, and we'll see what they do on their second series here. They've been on the field about less than a minute, probably about 40 seconds so far in this Panther offense. So we'll see what Wilstead and company can do here.
So Wilstead out of the gun. 3 receivers lined up wide to the right. Handoff is to Tia. On the left-hand side, takes it up to the between the 22 and 23.
Picks up about 3 on the carry.
So I'm going to call it 2nd and 7. Two receivers set to the right-hand side this time. Wilstead back to pass, pump fakes. Now he looks to the right, sends his receiver down, throws it over the middle. It is complete up to the 39-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Pineview first down. Holy cow. Normally you see the steroids on the field, not in the press box. So 1st and 10 for Pineview. Back at it in their no-huddle format. 2 receivers to each side in an empty backfield for Wilstead. Tigers show blitz. Incomplete on the pass over the middle.
Cole Richens breaks that up there. Nice job by the linebacker. And
intended for Cason Prisby, excuse me. So 2nd and 10. Wilstead looking to the sidelines for the play call.
For Tigers.
Remarkably sedate when it's not a Pineview.
That's enough.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just enjoying the game, Mike. And a flag thrown.
Flag on the play.
Delay a game.
Usually it's either delay or too many men on the field, but delay is the call.
Yeah.
That'll
Usually
move him back.
Yeah, if it's that referee, it's usually that's usually the call. So if you're in a no huddle, it doesn't seem like you should run out of time.
You wouldn't think, but every play's a new play. So 2nd and 15. Here's the handoff in the backfield. Back up to about the original line of scrimmage.
We see a lot of teams that have gone to this no huddle, Mike. What advantages do you see in that in not in that traditional powerhouse football where you get to huddle up, make your play, and then
I think last night when you watched Stanford and Oregon, there was the advantage of having a huddle and just that. There you go.
Yeah.
Stanford's defense didn't seem to tire out.
Here's a pass into the backfield, slowed up by Iramia, but sloppy tackling is going to make it very close to a first down. I do see a flag down at the 40.
We saw a lot of that last time these two teams played. Just some smart runners from both teams, but I really like some of those Pineview receivers. They seem to really be able to kind of be pretty shifty out there.
So it's holding against Pineview. So a big break there for the Tigers, negating a first down pickup. So it'll still be 3rd down, but now it looks to be about 20.
3rd about 19 for the Panthers.
So we're nearing the 3-minute mark left here in the first quarter. Wilstead takes the snap, looking downfield, looking to air it out. He's motioning. He fumbles in the backfield, and the Tigers have it! Picked up at the 14-yard line, and a huge turn of events. Pineview got their early turnover, and now the Tigers turn around and do the same in primetime territory.
Maybe this is, we asked about that 25-day delay. Maybe, they looked like it didn't matter in the first series, but this was not an efficiently run offense in the second series for Pineview.
Well, and maybe Mike can talk a little bit about this, but, you definitely have to have that clock ticking in your head. You just can't stand back there all day. Eventually, no matter what the pressure is, eventually it's going to get to you.
Yeah. He waited way too long on that one.
So 1st and 10, hit in the backfield.
Patasi in the backfield.
So Patasi taking down Stanworth.
They take them down with authority. He throws him down like he didn't really care. That wasn't nice.
So it's a loss on the plays. It's moved back to the 17. So it'll make it 2nd and 14, and certainly makes it a little tougher on the Tigers field position-wise. LeBaron in motion, takes the pitch. Right-hand side, cuts it back inside. Gets back up to the 16.
J.P. Peterson.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Hurricane. We'll see if they air it out here. .150 and counting. And here's play action. Elison rolls out. He throws it. Complete to LeBaron. Touchdown, Tigers! And we have a much different ball game all of a sudden, don't we, fellas?
That was a good play. Good call. That's why you don't change your game plan.
And outside of a turnover now on that first play, this game has really swung around here. This is a 20-point turnaround here, and just without that pick 6 right off the bat.
You look at time of possession, and it's that idea of what Stanford did last night. You kept Oregon's offense off the field.
Low snap, kick is up, and it's good. So Hurricane now takes the lead. 14-13. Got a couple of shout-outs we want to give here. First of all, our game tonight brought to you by Stevens Henniger College, the St. George campus, your new source for higher education in southern Utah. Go ahead and give them a call today and get set up for a great educational opportunity. And also, a terrific new business that we would like to bring your attention to, and that is Supermarket Cheeks. Now, parents, you know, when you're so busy and you realize that you don't have any food in the fridge, you don't have a chance to go get it, you can call Supermarket Cheeks today and let them help you make your life much easier. They'll deliver the food to your house. Now, go ahead and you can Google Supermarket Cheeks and pull up their webpage. Click on their link, and you'll get 50% off on your first delivery. So, pretty good opportunity there. Appreciate the sponsorship of both Stevens Henniger College and Supermarket Cheeks for tonight's broadcast.
Thank you, fellas. You guys are awesome.
So we get set for the kickoff here. An interesting first quarter thus far. Now it's 14-13 with the Tigers now with the lead after trailing 13-0 early on. Kick heads into the end zone. Touchback, and Pineview will start 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Big swing and be able to get 14 points that quickly for the Tigers, and take an advantage. Sometimes you get the turnover, but you don't take advantage of it and get some points on it. And so do both of that is it's quieted down the west side of the field over there and those Pineview fans, and has really livened up the Hurricane fans who haven't had a whole lot to shout about this year.
No. So Wilstead on 1st down, hands off to Tia. Tia, not much there. I think he got about a yard.
Not much room there. Picks up about 1.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Here in round 2 of the cat fight from Pineview High School, as we affectionately have called it. Of course, now that Payson's in the region for football, you've got, quite a cluster of big cats in the house. Back to pass, and dropped. Wow. An uncharacteristic drop by Jack Bangeter, one of the best receivers in this region.
Ball a little bit low, though. I mean, it wasn't a great ball by by Wilstead, but Bangerter usually catches everything anywhere near
Mike,
head to toe.
what have I been telling you for years? What did my dad teach me? If it hits you in the hands, you don't have an excuse. The end. Now drop and give me 40.
That'd take about an hour.
Oh, wow. No, 45 minutes. Drop play and a big first down picked up by Tia.
Great run that time. He hit that hole and hit it quick, and now that's a big way to maintain this series for Pineview. That was an excellent play.
You know, Tia is not a real flashy running back, but he does one thing that a lot of running backs tend to overlook. He does a great job of following his blocks and utilizing his vision, finding a hole and making something happen. So first down for Pineview, complete out in the flat. No, incomplete.
Ball intended for Colton Miller. Ball's incomplete.
Off the hands of Colton Miller, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Real quick, we don't have time. That's the hurry-up offense for you.
Commercials during the Hurricane offense.
Yeah. And a fumble in the backfield once again, and Hurricane picks it up again. Wow. Again, the rust showing up for 2 drives in a row, well within Pineview's own side of the field, and you just can't have those kinds of errors.
Good thing there's only 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're going to be glad to get out of this quarter here. That it just hurts. It just hurts to take when you want to get something going again, and to have turnovers just kill you. We watched Desert Hills and Uwinna last week, and Uwinna had 5 straight possessions where they fumbled the ball, and it just killed you. Cedar Dixie game, they had 6 turnovers early on.
And a flag on the field.
Flag on the play.
Little motion early on.
False start on the Tigers. They'll back them up 5.
So real quick, we want to give a shout out to USU Eastern with the lowest tuition cost in Utah and ranked in the top 3 schools in the nation for success rate. USU Eastern is a school that prepares you for the future. So go to usueastern.edu to learn more. We're proud to have them on board as one of our fantastic educational sponsors again tonight. Play action for Elison. Throws it. It is caught. Trying to get a little bit more yardage is Jay Williams, but he's taken out at the 16-yard line.
Here's a little tweet here. After a Redman interception, Cedar takes advantage of a short field with a touchdown and the lead, 14-7. Wow. Cedar over Dixie.
That would be the upset of the year, wouldn't it?
Love to see another update here. Snow Canyon, haven't seen one for a minute, so
2nd and 7. Pitch right side. It's LeBaron once again. Shakes off one tackler. Picks up a couple. So that'll make it 3rd down.
That's probably going to do it for the first quarter of play. About 10 seconds left, and while they switch ends of the field, we're going to take a timeout too with score after 1, 14 for Hurricane and 13 for Pineview.
Panthers 13, Tigers 14.
Back with you as we get set to start quarter number 2 from Pineview High School. Our score 14-13, the Hurricane Tigers with the lead. They also have the ball at the Pineview 14-yard line. Elison in the pocket, rolling to the left and knocked out of bounds. Didn't get much. So it'll be 4th down.
Looks like we'll measure.
Oh, they're actually going to measure here. They'd put 4th down up on the scoreboard. So they call for the sticks, and we'll see what the result is here.
We just had a visit with Coach Daniel McKee, and he may join us at halftime. Hurricane High volleyball coach that had that big win, state championship win up there last week against against everybody in the 3A ranks. But so we'll have a chance to visit with Coach McKee. And
so it is a 1st down for the Tigers. I believe that'll make it 1st and goal.
Looks like 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
I'd rather have 1st and 10 at the 11.
Wow.
I just don't like those 1st and goals when you have so far to go.
In motion, handoff up the middle. It's Iramia plowing ahead. Touchdown, Tigers!
But if you can score a touchdown, then that's fine. Regardless of how far. So now we know the 9-yard score.
We don't need the fancy math when Jeremiah is able to find a hole like that and plow ahead.
He's really found his rhythm since the Pineview game, because we talked many times. The goal for the Hurricane coaching staff was for Iramia to be the man, and you know what? He didn't step it up probably the first 7 games. Matter of fact, he didn't even play a lot of fullback a lot of times because he just wasn't getting the job done, to be honest with you. So, but he started to find his rhythm, find the holes, find what he needed to do, and it's really turned the Tiger football program around.
So 21-13 is the score. And boy, you got to be impressed with, well, I don't know how much of it's, you got to be impressed with how the Tigers have come and fought their way from a 13-0 deficit, or do you say it's thank you Pineview for fumbling twice deep in your own end?
Again, it makes me wonder the impact of this layoff. And that was a question that a lot of people had. Is it an advantage to have a bye, or is it an advantage just to keep on playing? And I don't know. I don't know if the coaching staff on either side would admit that this delay has made much of a difference. But to me, it has made a difference.
So 11:47 left here in the first half, and an 8-point lead for the Tigers. How crazy would that be, Cedar gets up there, wins another game. Hurricane beats Juan Diego. It would be the state title game everyone expects.
Let's be as premature as
I know.
Good crime,
speculation is half the fun in sports.
Stratton set to kick for the Tigers.
So Ethan Stratton will kick things off from his own 40. Puts the foot into it. Looks like this one will be returnable, taken at the 3-yard line. Turning it up across the 20.
About the 23-yard line.
Up to the 23, so it's 1st and 10 for Pineview. Hopefully you're feeling the spirit of this broadcast.
Fun. Playoffs are fun. High school football is about as fun as you get. I love college, and that's fun to watch that on a different level, but it just brings the community together on a Friday night at a football game.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10, Wilstead out of the gun, throws it into the flat. It is complete, taken out of bounds. Miller, the receiver, I think he's going to be short of the 1st down.
Picks up about 8.
So he gets 8, so it'll be 2nd and 2. Ball at the 31-yard line now. Handoff on the draw play. Nice little hole, and Tia surges ahead. Picks up the first down.
Attention, we have a Sonata that needs to be moved.
Up to the 36.
C1685C. Move or it will be towed. Utah plates. Hyundai Sonata.
1st and 10. Wilstead passes. It is caught.
Cole Miller again. Picks up about 6.
So it'll be 2nd and 6.
So Pineview getting it going
Second
here a
and
little
fourth,
bit here. Starting to see them put it together here again after back-to-back turnovers.
Back to passes. Wilstead flushed out of the pocket, dumps it off. Nice adjustment by Tia to bring that in.
With a great nab.
Gets up into Hurricane territory, up to the 46, 1st down. Nice play by both Wilstead and Tia to be able to adjust on the fly and pick up the 1st down. High snap, handoff to Tia, and he gets past the linebackers, brought down in the secondary,
Down for about 8 yards.
but it gets a decent gain there. So it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Make it 7.
Wilstead again out of the gun. Rolling to the right. Throws it. And
Caught by Jake Banger.
caught by Bangeter, and they do say it's enough for a 1st down. So
Noah Ellison. But another 1st down for the Panthers.
So Pineview starting to put it together a little bit here, looking like they're getting their rhythm back some and trying to get back in this game.
3 receivers to the left. Tia in the backfield with Wilstead. Wilstead handing off, and a huge hole up the middle.
Double all the way down to about the 29
Pick 6 up in the Stansbury game. They take one back. Now they lead 14-10.
Wow. So competitive games all throughout the 3AA division.
2nd and 1 for the Panthers.
With that 3AA North getting shut out last week, there's only 2 teams remaining, and I think they both want to make a statement that they're not too bad themselves.
Back to pass, Wilstead looks deep, throws it over the middle, should have been picked off.
Intended for Blaine House.
Dropped by, is that Ethan Stratton?
Yep, yeah, he's been playing some linebacker this year.
Yeah, hit him kind of in the chest, had a good look at a pick, but instead it'll be 3rd down and 1.
He should have just tried to kick it up and then catch it. That's what he's used to doing, is kicking the ball. He's first chance. I mean, he's been kicking since a freshman, and now first little opportunity to play some linebacker as well.
And off on the draw once again, another huge hole. Tia takes it down. Do they give him the score?
Down inside the 1.
They say he's down inside the 1. So 1st and goal for Pineview. This game is turning into a shootout.
Solid run by Tia. He really, again, he hits that hole, and you're like you said earlier, he really follows his blockers well.
So some substitutions for the Panthers. They head to the line here on 1st and goal. Two men in the backfield. High snap, but Tia gets it and pretty much walks into the end zone. Not great run defense, to say the least, there by the Tigers on that particular series.
Great play, though, by Pineview. They got right back in the game, and a nice drive. This is what they did on their first drive, but this time made it look pretty easy, a little bit more lengthy of a drive, a lot more plays, and took some time off the clock, which they don't mind doing as well.
So Pineview is going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, good idea at this point after that early missed point after touchdown.
So back to pass. Wilstead throws it, and a wide open receiver. 2-point conversion, and this game is tied.
That was way too easy that time, Mike. That misassignment or just a good call?
That was a good call, and they Pineview's discovered that Hurricanes playing with only one linebacker and overloading that side with 4 defensive backs and putting a lot of pressure on the cornerback, number 23, for Hurricane. And with only one linebacker, you can run the ball.
Yeah.
So we're going to get set for the kickoff here, but before we do, we want to give a shout out to Supermarket Cheeks for all of you parents that are stressed out when you realize you don't have anything to feed your kids, and yet your kids are at a point where you can't really take them with you. Well, you can just give a call to Supermarket Cheeks today. They can make your life easier. They can deliver the food to your house. So give Jeff a call at 435-668-9707 and give Supermarket Cheeks a call, an opportunity to help you out. Kickoff into the end zone for the touchback.
That's another touchback for Ethan Bear.
Worth your time to give him a call. I think the first time you give him a call and use them, 50% off the first delivery. So that's right. It's going to be a good. You're not out much there.
Yeah, something that'll work out pretty well too for those of you who have maybe some elderly parents or grandparents who aren't able to get out and about very much and need the help and could use somebody to bring them their groceries. So good little new business in the Hurricane St. George area. So 1st and 10 from their own 20. The Tigers start another drive as Iramia gets it out near the 25-yard line.
Just got big legs. He just churns and churns, and he is tough to bring down.
So 2nd and 5. He certainly is, and it's interesting the history of Hurricane Tiger fullbacks who seem to break out in Pineview games. That's when we kind of saw Gordy Dotson and Brian Scott make their first marks on in the football world against Pineview.
Just short of a first down, it looks like, but
They'll bring up 3rd and short for the Tigers.
So 3rd down, about a yard and a half.
3rd and about 1.
Turned out to be a nice night here. You never know. Had a little bit of wind and things earlier this week, but a beautiful night here in football in Utah's Dixie.
Handoff once again. It's Iramia, and he blows through the line and is still going. Takes a stack of Panthers to finally bring him down, but not before he gets to the 39. And as Mike said, 1st down.
4 Black Cats that time trying to bring down Iramia. That's he's a load. I mean, and Pineview's got a lot bigger athlete overall than Hurricane does. And but here I've seen Jeremiah, and he is a well-built specimen.
So 1st and 10 from their own 39. LeBaron in motion. They fake the pitch. Elison rolls. He's got a man. It is caught into Pineview territory, taken down at the 40-yard line.
Stansworth.
So great looking play, and the Tigers moving the ball well. Their offense has been really pretty sharp and efficient. Other than that first interception, they really moved the ball quite well. A good old-fashioned shootout here at Pineview High School. Handoff, it is Iramia once again. Picks up a couple.
Picks up about 5.
It's like Cedar and Dixie are tied right now. Again, Desert Hills, it says now, leads by 3, so we're getting whatever updates that we can, and trying to keep you updated as best we can, thanks to that little Twitter thing going on. I think it's got a future, according to where it went public yesterday.
Play action. Elison rolls out left side, pump fakes, and he is sacked. Big hit in the backfield, and that's going to cost some yardage for the Tigers.
Really nice play, though, by Dylan Draper right there to come out of his linebacker spot and not go for Elison's fake, and he just hit him, knocked him down, and that's going to be pretty long yardage this time now for the Tigers.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. Be tricky. Tigers are, they're on that side of the field. If they get a decent amount of yardage and maybe they don't get the first down here, they could still potentially go for it.
Yeah, I would say this is 2-down territory as they choose to take their first timeout.
So we'll throw a couple of more shout-outs here for some of our great sponsors. Mike Butler has a fine college student, and I know one of the things that Mike certainly didn't expect to hear his son say was, "Hey, you know what, I hope I can get into a ton of debt going to school, Dad."
I thought I would be surprised to say if he said college scholarship.
But at USU Eastern, you don't have to get into debt. They've got a great series of plans. They have the lowest tuition in the state of Utah, plus you get a degree from Utah State. So USU Eastern, a place that you certainly need to look into today, and we appreciate their support in our football ventures. We also want to say, if you're considering other options, there's also Stevens Henniger College, the St. George campus. They're a new source for higher education here in southern Utah, so give them a call as well, and they can help you get down the road to a degree also. So thanks to those two fine institutions for helping us bring you this game. 3rd and 13 for Hurricanes. Stanworth goes in motion. Pump fake, throwing it deep as Elison. He's got a man, but that's going to be well out of bounds.
Going to his brother on that one and had him open, but just not in bounds. So,
well, he was, in fairness, he was being chased in the pocket, really couldn't plant and throw the ball with any kind of accuracy there, and thus the incompletion.
When you choose to go for it all on that one play, it does take away that. I see Ethan Stratton out there right now, so he's going to probably just try to just boot it into as close as he can into the end zone. But boy, if you'd have got 4 or 5 or 6 yards on that, maybe you go for it.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair to say, but instead the Tigers are forced into playing the field position game here. Clean snap. Good punt. We'll see what kind of a roll it gets. It gets a very nice roll as it goes inside the 10-yard line.
Panthers take over, 1st and 10.
So Pineview will take over deep in their own territory, and that has not been a friend to them on a couple of possessions here in the first half. Real quick, also want to say thank you to Dr. Robert Prince. He's the orthodontist that gives your high school something to really smile about. He's located at 754 South Main Street here in St. George. Call Dr. Prince for a free consultation and find out just how easy and affordable it is to straighten out your smile. So the first down handoff looked like nothing doing early on that carry, but able to break a couple of tackles and get some positive yardage for the Panthers.
Picks up about 4 on the carry.
Are you limited, Mike, on when you were down about your 1 or 2 yard line there? That kind of takes away some of your play calling, doesn't it?
Well, we'll see what they do here. I still think they'll pass the ball.
Wilstead out of the gun, looks to throw, throws it complete on a little slant. Boy, had one man to beat, but not able to get past Elison.
That's another Panther.
So it's a first down for the Panthers.
Good to see a big crowd out tonight on both sides here. You'd always certainly expect it from the hometown team, Pineview, but A little bit of rejuvenation from the Hurricane faithful tonight as well.
So Wilstead looking to pass, throwing it deep. He's got a man. Caught. Making a move. One man to beat. Now some of the Tiger defenders catch up. But a huge play down to about the 11-yard line.
Field possession. Now it kind of changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. That was Bladen Hosner on the catch. So the coach's son makes good on a huge pass play.
And looked good. Boy, he made a couple of great moves, and Wilstead has a ton of time to throw, so he let that play develop, and Hosner made a couple of good moves down on his route to get open.
So 1st and 10 from the 11 now. Wilstead out of the gun. Look left, throws right, complete. Bangeter down to about the 5.
Wrapped up quickly by number 12, Noah Ellison.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 4. Again, Pineview able to pick up a 1st down without scoring, as the 1st down marker's at about the 1-yard line. Wilstead looks to pass, throws it. Touchdown to Bangeter.
So now what's that? 14 straight points now for the Panthers, or 13 straight points now, and that's they're getting their rhythm back and their momentum, and I think that's it just shows they're two good teams out here tonight. They're here to they want to advance, and they're playing their hearts out.
Yeah, both schools scoring in chunks here. As Pineview scored the first 13 points, and Hurricane scores 21 straight, and now Pineview has scored 15 in a row. So
this next series is key for Hurricane to get a 1st down.
Yeah, only 3:21 left, and so it's it could be the last time Hurricane gets the ball here in the first half, and they don't want to go in the locker room without sniffing into that end zone again.
But you don't want to give Pineview the ball back either.
No, you don't. Yeah, that's
a couple minutes left.
Because that certainly showed it doesn't take the Panthers too long to get it down the field.
It was about a minute and a half drive from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was an impressive, quick drive. And like you said, Mike, they just went to the air, and that's what they did to make it look pretty easy. I mean, that was just real easy. I mean, one big play obviously to Hosner, but that was a little too easy if you're that Pineview secondary, or if you're the Hurricane secondary.
kick juggled at the 1. It'll be a touchback. So the Tigers will start at their own 20.
For the Tigers from the 20.
3:20 remaining. So you would think Tigers, I guess the worst case scenario is, I mean, obviously is turning the ball over, but other than that, a quick 3 and out with Pineview having all their timeouts would certainly be costly too, with as quick as we've seen they can score. So. And a negative play there by LeBaron. Looked like he almost tripped, and he loses 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 14.
Dixie's answered back. They are now tied at 14. They've got to be pretty close to half as well. They are a little bit ahead of this game, I believe.
LeBaron goes in motion. Elison back to pass. He's pressured out of the pocket, trying to find some time. Throws it, caught by LeBaron. And Cody is taken out of bounds, gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. So it looks like we'll be at about 3rd and 10.
Ball caught by LeBaron right about the 20-yard line. They'll bring up up about 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
So 2:22 left.
And that clock is stopped right now, and that's exactly plays into the Panthers' hands. They choose to take a timeout and burn one here. They know they're sniffing it right now. They can get that ball back in potentially good field possession, and in looks like we have an injured player. Maybe that's our.
Yep, Pineview has an injured man down.
Well, it's scary the other day seeing that Houston, Texas coach go down, and at halftime like that, it's just something you just don't expect to see. And
Gary Kubiak's his name. Fine man.
John Elway's backup forever.
John Fox went down too.
Yeah.
In the game, but
it is halftime now. Dixie and Cedar. Maybe we could. Just again, want to thank Team D Auto Sales. They've done a great job to keep us going here and get this game on its way. Looks like our injured player is walking off on his own accord, which is excellent. So
Colton Miller. I also want to thank Hinton Burdick CPAs, State Bank of Southern Utah, and Brad Haar, attorney at law. So appreciate all of their support in making this possible.
So a very big 3rd down and 10. I guess there's never a small one, but this is awfully important here to both sides to try to get this stop, and if you're Pineview, and then get the ball back with plenty of time left. And they didn't. Again, they haven't burned a timeout yet, so that was just an injury timeout. So they still have all 3 of theirs remaining.
So 3rd and 10, LeBaron in motion. They fake the pitch to him. Blitz off the corner, and it is picked off over the middle. Boy, that was just a duck, and it's going to be a pick 6 for Pineview. Exactly what you did not want the Tigers to do.
2 pick 6s in the first half. That absolutely shoots you in the foot right there. That's a very, very difficult decision. Adelaide just was looking and rolled out, didn't really have much, and decided to just throw it, and it was. I didn't see a lot of white jerseys in the area that he was throwing it to.
34-21, and how the tide doth turn.
I believe that drive, Hurricane only took off 27 seconds off the clock.
So not only, that's another factor in that, isn't it? So you start to see not much time and a poor decision on that, and now the extra point potentially.
With the interception and run.
I'll tell you one thing I'm noticing at this point is you can smell In-N-Out Burger from here.
Yeah, good thing.
Good job, Panthers.
Yeah, unless you're hungry. I'll try and focus though. Extra point attempts being lined up here.
That takes you. You're going into your locker room now after seeing Pineview score 22 straight points. Is that correct? And that hurt. That's tough to try to bounce back from that, because Hurricane has played pretty well.
25, Hurricane Tigers 21.
But Pineview is playing to get 14 points off of your defense and to have 2 very, very impressive drives. They're showing why that they've had such a great season.
Yeah, they really are. And that's the sign of a good team, is being able to capitalize on your opportunities. So, and that's what they've done. So, an interesting night of football across the state.
Juan Diego down to 42-20.
Whoa, Juan Diego up 42-20 on Snow Canyon now. I believe the announcer said it was in the 4th quarter. So
14-10 to Stansbury.
Stansbury still with a 14-10 lead on Desert Hills.
Andy Griffin for that update. And the guys there on ESPN Radio.
So Pineview to kick it off once again.
Another kick
deep.
Another touchback.
So again, now 2:11 left, and we'll see if Hurricane can get something back here to get any kind of points to go before they go into halftime is going to be pretty big.
Yeah, you would think, but I'm curious to see how aggressive they'll allow Adelaide to be You know, you certainly want to try to do something with the time that you've got, and down by 2 scores now, you kind of have to think with that mentality, but by the same token, you certainly don't want to commit another turnover. And Pineview's been able to put a lot of pressure on Elison, and Noah Elison drops the pass on first down.
Ball intended for Noah.
Save Pineview a timeout.
Ball's incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10
that's right.
for the
So,
Tigers.
clock stops, and I think Noah heard some footsteps on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely got a little antsy there. Second and 10. Stanworth going in motion this time. Elison rolls out to his left. Pressure in the backfield. Using his feet now. And a huge block in the back there. Not a good play by Noah Elison, and a pretty obvious clip there.
Yeah, that was the easiest call the refs had tonight.
It's like 500 pounds of laundry on the field.
He tried to have his back, and he literally had the other guy's back.
That was one of those ones, like if it was a movie, you'd hear the voice in the background going, no, because you could in slow motion see it happening, and you're trying to stop him from doing it. But
so once again, the clock stops.
Yeah.
You know, and again, that's, you can see I'm sure the Pineview coaching staff is going, this is perfect. This is perfect. And we have great field possession. They still have 2 timeouts left. Now the clock begins to get cranked up again. But
Elison back to pass. Throws the screen to Iramia. He takes it ahead up to about the 22-yard line.
Let's see if they do call the timeout. I'm not seeing it.
Brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they're letting it play out here. They've got all 3 timeouts left, so I don't know why you wouldn't, but maybe they just want to see how this play shakes out. I don't know. Interesting call.
You lose 30 seconds. That's interesting.
Yeah. Stanworth in motion. Elison takes the snap. Pump fakes. And he is hit. Brought down at the 20, and he'll lose a couple of yards. And now Pineview takes a timeout.
Yeah, now you have to. It's critical, and that's not a good job of holding from that offensive line of the Tigers that time. And Elison, that's the Elison we've seen a fairly good chunk of the season when he doesn't have a lot of time to do it. Any quarterback struggles.
Yeah. That is the truth. So we're going to take a quick timeout here with the timeout as well and be right back. So back with you, thanks to State Bank of Southern Utah for their support in this game. Tigers on to punt. High, not a lot of distance to it, taking it about the 47 and a fair catch for Pineview. So they'll have 51 seconds left and about 53 yards to go, and certainly doable.
The scoreboard, not on ours, but up here at the stadium, now they've changed it. They had 4 timeouts just a second ago.
Wow.
That's nice.
That's
plenty of time. Plenty of time for a potent offense like this this Panther team. And Hurricane has got to maintain, as I see a couple of regular players here on the sideline from that Hurricane defense.
a bomb and unbelievable.
this is why Pineview has got a pretty good crack if they advance to play Juan Diego. Juan Diego is going to have their hands full with with an offense like this that have so many weapons. We haven't called one particular player's name that often here on on the receiving end of this. He's got a lot of weapons to throw to.
For sure. So an extra point attempt coming up here.
Final from Draper. Juan Diego beats Snow Canyon 42-28, but what a year for that Snow Canyon team, as the extra point is good as well. So Tigers better just sit on the ball and get on out of here.
Yeah.
Panthers 42, Tigers 21.
So what an electric second quarter for this Pineview Panther team. They have been on fire, scoring every time that they've had the ball, and even once when they didn't have the ball, from a great defensive stand as well. 2 pick six. That's tough to come back from.
Yeah. Couple of final scores from outside 3AA that might be of interest to some people. Couple of Southern Utah teams. Duchesne takes down Diamond Ranch 42-14, and Rich defeats Kanab 18-13. So, and an upset in 4A. I found this interesting, and Hurricane fans might be interested in this. Olympus defeats Logan.
Well, they didn't have their quarterback.
Yeah. So,
wow, boy, you think of how big a decision that is from last week when that quarterback got kicked out for personal foul, 2 personal fouls, and boy, has that come back to haunt them. That's just huge.
Yeah, makes a big difference, doesn't it?
We saw that Logan team 3 weeks ago, and they were all that for sure. They were awfully good. And that quarterback was as good as anybody we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, certainly was. So football's a week by week game, isn't it? Especially when you're not watching the camera. 1st and 10. Handoff. Iramia takes it ahead. Picks up about 7.
I think they're going to be content just to maybe run one more play, but
about 7. Clock winding down inside of.
Boy, and Hurricane's they're gonna head into this locker room wondering just what the heck happened to him here in this second quarter. Been 2 very different ball games. Stanworth carries over the left-hand side. He'll pick up the first down. That'll stop the clock. But this next play should be the final play of the half.
Pineview will start the second half with the ball.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they do whistle it, and that is going to be the end of the first half of play.
And that's it for the first half.
So at halftime, again, with a tremendous second quarter, Pineview has doubled up the Tigers 42-21. We'll take a break, play some commercials from our sponsors, and be back in a couple of minutes.
Yep.
halftime here at Pineview Stadium. We are going to be joined here with pretty exciting turn of events here for the Hurricane High volleyball team. We're joined by Coach Daniel McKeon. And Coach, congratulations on a state championship that maybe some teams, some schools maybe didn't anticipate the Tigers pulling it off this year.
Yeah, it was nice. Thank you.
How what your thoughts on going into that championship week? I mean, you've been there before, a couple of rings previously of leading the Tigers to a state championship. How is this team different?
Well, you know, this team was the most athletic team that we've ever had. I don't think there's any question. They're big, they're strong, and we had a lot more depth than our other teams. But I thought mental toughness was where our other teams probably had an edge. So it was nice to be proved wrong.
And so talent and height, strength, depth, but take us, into that state tournament. I mean, a pretty tough battle against Snow Canyon in the semifinals, but a little bit of a surprise with how you handled Desert Hills. Tell us about that championship game.
Yeah, well, you know, we watched a lot of film. We replayed our game a lot, and one of the things we noticed was we thought their serving got softer, and we felt like if we could receive them, then we'd be in great shape because we're pretty balanced. We attack from the right side, the outside, and in the middle, Mallory Reed was darn near unstoppable all year. In fact, she had the highest hitting percentage out of all 5 classifications in the state.
Wow.
So we knew if we could receive them and then keep them out of system, then we'd be in good shape. And fortunately for us, they struggled passing the ball. So,
boy, Reed was a big addition for you this year, wasn't she?
She was huge. You know, in 10 years, I've seen all these schools around here pick up new kids year in, year out, and I was happy to finally get one.
Yeah, it's good to have it on your side here. So I know they got to you're going to honor some of your players, and looks like they're going to be getting going here. So again, we want to thank you, congratulate you. What a great season it was for the volleyball team.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Coach Daniel McKeon, they're going to be honoring the volleyball players right now, so he had to run on down to do this, and we'll try to get some video of that as well, the state championship team. And a little bit of a surprise, to be honest, that he didn't really say it on the air, but off the air, they really did handle Desert Hills, and it was, I mean, that game was over in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was not only a surprise to some that they won, but like you said, they won in straight sets, and they weren't particularly close either. So it was pretty stunning and pretty stark, but it says a lot about what Hurricane Volleyball has done. This is their second state title in, what, 5 years?
I believe so, yeah.
So it was a pretty big deal the first go-around, but this one more of a surprise and maybe even a bigger deal, because, you know, in considering that last team, when they won their state title, a lot of the powerhouse schools down here, the Dixies, the Desert Hills, the well, not Desert Hills, but
yeah.
Snow Canyon, they were in 4A.
Right.
So there was a little bit of a tougher road to hoe, and Morgan is certainly one of the really good volleyball powers as well. So they overcame a lot to win this championship this go around.
So again, halftime, about 10 minutes left. We're going to go take a little bit of a break. We'll be back at the beginning of the third quarter. Again, halftime score, Pineview 42, Hurricane 21. And we want to again thank our sponsors and hear from them. And we'll be back in just about in a few minutes.
Back with you here on Scaluzza.com and the Deseret News. Happy to join you.
Once again at halftime, our score is 42-21. The Pineview Panthers with a dominating second quarter. I know Mike's got some statistics for us to kind of help summarize what happened in that quarter.
I think the biggest number is 29, as in 29 second quarter points for the Pineview Panthers, and that sums it up right there. I think they kind of got up early, as you mentioned, 13, and then all of a sudden Hurricane got on a little bit of a roll, scored, and actually took the lead at 14-13, and then we watched, it became a show here, both on defense and on offense for this Pineview Panther team, scoring a 95-yard drive and a pick six and whatever else you wanted to do, they did it. We'll try to get you a little bit more specific numbers here in a minute, but 11 first downs for both teams. Hurricane with 136 rushing yards compared to 61 for Pineview, but let's try to show you some of these numbers here as we can. That's the kick for the Tigers.
And the second half is underway. Kick into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Panthers at the 20.
So a touchback, and not a good news for Hurricane that Pineview gets the ball back again. So after a 21 point lead, and now the ball back, and that's not what the Tigers hope to do.
Certainly not. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 20. Got a little autofocus issue here on our clock cam. Over the middle, and a huge gain for
all the way down to the 47.
Allen, down to the 47 of the Tigers.
Great effort, young man. 1st and 10, Panthers.
So 1st and 10 for Pineview. I kind of like that. I don't have to update the thing, but makes my life a little easier. And a fake on the handoff, and Wilstead takes it around the left-hand side, and a late flag comes out. Two late flags come out. So we'll see what the flags are for. I'm wondering if it's a hit out of bounds. And it could be right off the bat. The Tigers are making things a little bit more difficult for themselves even still.
Personal foul against the Tigers. Tack on 15 to the end of that.
A couple of score updates. Desert Hills up 17-14 over Stansbury now, and Dixie is up in their game 24-14.
Wilstead, first half stats, 11 for 15, 221 yards and 2 touchdowns for Wilstead. That's and if we look at receiving here, was it balanced. We'll go over that after this play.
So on 1st and 10, Wilstead hands off to Tia. Tia over the right-hand side, got plenty of running room.
Just some of these numbers here. Parker Ferris, 1 reception, 30 yards. Miller, 3 for 40 yards. Bangeter, 3 for 17. Hosner, 1 for 61. And Duran, 1 for 53. So some long receptions as well. That they're doing their job tonight, aren't they? I mean, he's finding a lot of receivers for a lot of yards.
Certainly is. And looking to do more of that here as he's back to pass. Pump fake, throws over the middle, got his man right on the money. Simple little post pattern, and it's a touchdown for Hosner. Hosner with a big pass play in the first half, and another huge one there results in a touchdown. And Pineview is suddenly just scoring at will.
1:05 on the clock on that one drive.
Yeah, that's a number you kind of have to keep looking at, and that's just impressive. They are just annihilating this Tiger defense, so making them look foolish.
Speaking of scoring, how about this for a final? Jordan defeats Pleasant Grove 62-42.
A defensive struggle.
Yeah. Wow.
10:55. Here to third
So
quarter.
49-21 is our score here.
I haven't heard you say a Bonneville update on their playoffs, but maybe that's because they didn't make it again. So,
Yes,
yeah.
well.
Shocker.
Bonneville has a football team?
Oh.
That's rough. And Dixie just scored again. They're now up 31-14. So the Flyers pulling away more and more.
Yeah, starting to get it rolling, aren't they? They're doing what they do best, and now they're showing why they are really a contender for the state championship.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time. It's, you know, you don't want to come off as being cruel, but Cedar's just not as good as Dixie.
Juan Diego's has already notched their spot into the semifinals, and
they play the winner of this game, which at this point is looking pretty good for Pineview. Up by 4 touchdowns. Kick taken deep by the Tigers. Nice little return developing up near the 30-yard line.
You know, wait a little premature maybe to talk about it, but I can definitely see this Pineview team competing against Juan Diego. Juan Diego hasn't lost a game and plowed through most of their schedule, but you know, as I looked at their schedule, they've had 2 teams that have been really, really good this year, and they handled them pretty well. The Skyline team was pretty good. That Corner Canyon team, that's kind of a split of Jordan and Alta teams, or those high schools, and they handled them as well. But so a pretty tough Juan Diego Soaring Eagle team that will be playing the winner of this game next week.
Speaking of getting handled, Corner Canyon got handled tonight as East beat them 59-10.
Well, I think East is probably...
East is the favorite.
I'd put East up against any team in the state in any classification this year.
Yeah, looking like we have an East Timpview showdown, which I don't think would be a big surprise. Stoppage on the field here.
We got an equipment timeout on the field.
An equipment timeout. Someone's equipment called timeout. This is a first. Handoff and taken down in the backfield. Wow. That play was, how do you say, blown up?
This is the middle linebacker.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
He is a good player. Thor Katoa, I would think.
That sounds like this game keeps going the way it is. I might just cut out early and go see Thor. So I've heard it's very good. Get in touch with my Norwegian roots. So 3rd and 12 for Hurricane. Handoff to Iramia. Not a whole lot there. Not anywhere near a first down, and the Tigers going to have to punt once again. So 3 and out, not exactly the way you want to answer, is it?
Nope, it's not. Well, if you start seeing Ethan Stratton every 4 plays, it's also not a good thing if you get your punting unit out there that often. And so, not the way they wanted to get it rolling, but you know, Pineview is showing why they played very well at home this year, knocking off Desert Hills, and they played almost spotless here in Panther Stadium.
Stratton's punt takes a negative bounce as it is down at the 36-yard line.
About the 38-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Again, I want to thank Team D Auto, one of our sponsors, State Bank of Southern Utah, Brad Haar, attorney at law, and who am I missing, Travis?
Team D, Hinton Burdick, CPAs. We've got a few others that we'll be touching base on here pretty quick.
Just heard a good announcement there. We'll talk about that after this play.
Wilstead throwing deep. It's got a man, and it is dropped. Wow.
Hurricane family lost a member of their school here last week. A young man who passed away with diabetes, and they just did the minute try to earn as much money as you can to try to help that family out, and they earned $650 in that short period of time. So, I mean, you know, these schools, they rally around one another. It's a positive thing to see when people are going through tough times. They really do step up.
Yeah, they certainly do. Wilstead completes to Bangerter.
Catch made by Jack Bangerter.
On 2nd and 10 there, and make it 3rd and short. Yeah, we saw that just a couple of years ago with Brian Scott. We saw quite an outpouring, not only from the Hurricane community, but by several schools in the area. Pretty neat to see. So 3rd and 2. Pass in the flat is caught. 1st down, Miller with the completion. And Pineview continues to move the ball at will.
Yeah, they're just on a roll. They are just clicking at all cylinders right now. Wilstead is looking really much like the All-State quarterback that he's very likely to be, earn this year. He's got a lot of poise in that pocket, and he's just picking off those receivers.
Handoff. Not much there. Again, that's just a nice defensive surge by the Hurricane defensive line.
About 4 on the play.
Makes it 2nd and 14. Wilstead in the gun. Takes the snap, back to pass. Looks over the middle, has a man. It is complete to Miller. Miller breaks a couple of tackles and picks up a 1st down. Another devastating, I guess you'd say, moral loss there on the 2nd and long play to give up another 1st down. So ball moved down to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 Panthers, 7-10 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Out of the gun, handoff, Tui. Touchdown Panthers! Wow.
Now it's getting silly. So that's they are just picking apart, and the Tigers just are not. They're just not wrapping up. They're not doing what they need to do, and Pineview is looking like maybe one of the best teams in the state, which they're going to be showing their wear and tear next week up at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Yeah, I mean you hate to say it at this point, but the Tiger defense almost looks like they've just kind of lost their will to stop them. Flags come in.
We got a flag on the play.
Try to find some more scores for you. Again, a couple of our sponsors tonight. We will keep in track of USU Eastern there in the Price and Blanding area, and the lowest tuition in the state. It's a nice place to give a chance to go to, and they one of the 3rd highest success rates in the country for the smaller community colleges there. So USU Eastern, good chance to go take a look at them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we await the extra point opportunity. It is up and it's good. So Pineview,
see 25-14 Desert Hills leads after an offsides on a point after touchdowns. They go for 2 and get it. So it's looking like Desert Hills is going to advance potentially into that semifinal round as well.
So we'll say thank you really quick also to Dr. Robert Prince, great orthodontist in town at 754 South Main Street, Suite 2 here in St. George. Give him a call at 673-1171. You can give him a call and get a free consultation and Find out how easy it is to whiten, brighten, and straighten out your smile. It's Dr. Robert Prince, and we appreciate all the help he provides, along with these other fantastic sponsors tonight.
Call 251-2256 or visit at www.dixie.
Getting chillier here at Pineview. My hands are having a harder time writing things down, Mike. Might want to, get a sponsorship from Obamacare for my cold hands.
Get some gloves.
Log on to that website, and by the time we round out the playoffs of 2016, you might be able to get your quote.
Here he goes.
So the Tigers will take over on offense once again, trailing by quite a bit, by 35. So we start the mercy rule now, don't we, with the running clock?
Yeah, I like that.
Forgot about that part. So first down, left-hand side, out of bounds at Stanworth, but not before he picks up a first down. Nice run by JD.
Yeah, JD's gonna be one of those players coming back next year, and I think he's had a good season for the Tigers this year. A lot of positive moments for him, especially early on in the year, and of course it was really the JD Stansworth show that got him in the playoffs in that fourth week of the year against a Pace and Lion team, as he really almost late fourth quarter drive that got Hurricane their only win in the region play.
Pitch right-hand side, it's Condi. Not a lot there.
With a diving shoestring tackle.
So I think he got maybe a half a yard there. Actually lost a yard, excuse me. So it'll be 2nd and 11. In motion, back to pass, and dropped by Jay Williams. Thinking about what to do with the ball before he hauled it in.
Yeah, I said it earlier, you kind of start hearing some of those footsteps, and when you have your back to the defender and you can hear him coming, it's you got to catch the ball first. It's just critical.
One of the things we haven't talked about tonight, Mike, is all the opportunities afforded you, the viewer, by Scaluzza.com. A lot of opportunities. Online yearbooks are fantastic. Scaluzza does a great job with those, and opportunities to earn money for your school as well. So 3rd and 11. Elison back to pass, throws it. It is caught by Condi. He's going to pick up a first down before he's knocked out of bounds, and a good-looking play
With the reception
from Elison to Condi.
Yeah, Michael, a senior, and this could be his last game, and also had his moments where he's done some great things this season as well.
So the Tigers move into Pineview territory to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Stanworth goes in motion. The handoff to Iramia. I'm noticing we haven't seen Cody LeBaron in this half, have we?
picks up about 4.
No, he's on the sideline there, right? Helmet on, and on the side there as well as
Timeout on the field.
Timeout is taken, injury timeout. Maybe again, Stevens Henniger. Let's maybe have a visit about Stevens Henniger of St. George.
Yeah, newest college down here in the southern end of the state. Great opportunity for higher education, and I know my dad attended Stevens Henniger Business College up in Salt Lake, so that same quality education that was afforded you up there is now down here. Give them a call today and find out what opportunities they have for you in more advanced education. We also want to give a shout out to Supermarket Cheeks. They're kind of your mobile grocery store. Anytime that you're unable, whether for whatever reason you can't get out and get your groceries, give Jeff Cheek a call. at 435-668-9707, or you can Google Supermarket Cheeks and pull up the website and get a 50% discount off your first order. So, good opportunity to support a new business here in southern Utah. A great service provided by Jeff, and we appreciate him, and Dr. Prince, Stevens Henniger, USU Eastern, Team D Auto Sales, Hinton Burdick, CPA, State Bank of Southern Utah, and Brad Haar, Attorney at Law.
Well, Fatasi gingerly walking off of that field, and a young man who's had a very, very good game tonight, and has been a solid contributor for the Panthers all year long. And hopefully for this Panther team, this is just a quick setback here, because he's going to be very much needed next week against the Soaring Eagle.
Yeah. You want to have all your weapons heading up to JD. For those folks up north from Juan Diego, maybe watching to see how this shakes out, we want to say hi. We've always had great experience working with those folks up north. Good quality school and administration, and some classy students up there. So
yeah, it is. It's great place, great school.
Here we go.
Handoff to Iramia on the right-hand side. And he's going to pick up a first down. I apologize. That was 2nd and 7, and I hadn't updated it, so my bad.
Excuse me, Miller.
So first down now as the ball is moved up to the 33-yard line.
Enough for a first down.
So if nothing else, the Tigers running some clock here.
Flyers dominating now, 45-14 against Cedar.
Iramia once again with running room into the secondary, and tripped up.
Saving tackle by number 24.
Quinn making the tackle, and he was the last stand before Jeremiah could have got into the end zone there.
Robertson on that tackle.
Iramia just a junior, and again, there's a lot of players coming back for this Tiger team next year, and a lot of their main core players will be back in the saddle again for this Hurricane team.
Handoff, Iramia once again brought down by a plethora of Panthers. Say that fast 10 times, Mike. Go.
No can do.
It was worth a shot. Plethora of Panthers, plethora of Panthers, plethora of Panthers, plethora of Panthers. This is what happens when it's 56-21. We get as out of hand as the game feels, but second and 4.
Yeah, I tell you, Pineview has just turned it on here. Iramia's not giving up, though. He's tough to bring down, but I have been so impressed on every aspect of that Pineview team. They let a couple of quick touchdowns get let go of a couple of quick touchdowns, but they have more than done their share. They've scored as many defensive touchdowns tonight as the Tigers here. So that's going to be a first and goal.
It is first and goal.
This is important. This is a good thing for Hurricane. If they can go down and score and redeem a little bit of this, and I think they'll be pretty happy.
Handoff to Stanworth, and he has stood up at about the 5. They give him, well, they mark him at the 6 as his forward progress.
Wrapped up by 4 and number 13 for the Panthers.
You do laugh when you hear wrapped up by Thor, don't you? 10-yard carry by the Hulk. Pass complete from Captain America to Hawkeye. So it'll be second and goal from the 6. And a timeout on the field. Is it an official's timeout?
Yep, looks like it is. I think they're checking out something on Hosner's, Draper's uniform there or something, and maybe he was injured as well for just a minute as he's
I'm not sure.
walking.
Shouldn't speculate.
walking carefully off to the sideline as well. So 56-21.
Did he just say scapulate?
Speculate.
But he said scapulate. I'm just saying. These are the little details that the viewers want to know. What the PA announcer's doing.
6 for the Tigers.
And Desert Hills again, 25-14, and about midway through the fourth quarter.
Condi with the handoff on the right-hand side. So it'll be 3rd and goal. So they've taken some time off the clock, certainly, if nothing else, but feels like they've been down here for about half an hour, doesn't it? Jeremiah with the carry, and he is stopped at the 1, inside the 1, actually. So
I bet they go for it.
Yeah, my hunch is they'll go for it.
They're not going to kick it.
They're not going to kick it with their homies. Is that what you're thinking, Mike? 4th and goal inside the 1. With about a minute left here in quarter number 3. Here's the snap. And did he get in?
No signal.
No signal.
As of yet.
And now they do signal. So touchdown Hurricane, and Jeremiah getting in for the Tiger touchdown.
4th and 1, and he got about 1.1, it looks like. So he's scored his 2nd touchdown of the night. The first touchdown, he just put his hand over the end zone to get the 6 points, and we'll probably see. Well, the Argus can go for 1, but then very likely go for the onside kick, I'm guessing. One can hope.
Yes.
Yeah, they will win the possession battle tonight, won't they? In time of possession.
With 45 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, your Panthers 56.
So the extra point is good.
It's weird being near the end of the game and it's still only 7 o'clock.
That is weird, isn't it? It feels like it's about 9, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Between time changes and early games, I'm just all out of whack, Mike. But it is 56-28 with Canyon View leading Juab. Oh, I got really out of whack there, didn't I? You weren't even paying attention.
Canyon View over Juab.
Yeah, I was trying to make it funny. It didn't work. So Desert Hills leading 31-17 over Stansbury now. So it's looking more and more like Juan Diego is going to be the lone representative for the North in the Rice-Eccles environment.
Not a big surprise there. So.
High School is putting on a fantastic show. The King and I is getting rave reviews. So if you have nothing to do tonight, or you would like to be entertained further, 7:30 here tonight. Great show, The King and I.
Onside kick, Mike's favorite play.
Recovered by the Panthers.
Yeah, they announced the King and I here at Pineview High, and one of my colleagues, Jeff Ellsworth's daughter, is the lead in that, and has got a tremendous voice and heard some fun things. So a lot of great plays here in these in this fall season. I know Snow Canyon's doing Shrek, and Dixie's doing Peter Pan, and it's just they got a lot of talent in the theater departments here, and go support those young men and young women for what they do. They put a ton of work into these plays.
So Wilstead takes the snap, looks downfield, and heaves it. And a nice play by Noah Elison to knock the ball down. Incomplete. So, I don't know, Mike, what do you think about him throwing deep at this point with this kind of a score?
I think they want to score again. I think they want to score one more time, and a flag was thrown. It looks like it's going to back up the Tiger, or Pineview a little bit, holding.
That'll back them up way down to about
So,
20.
Mike, do you want a halftime college basketball score?
Yes.
Utah 59, Evergreen State 20.
The exhibition games.
Yeah, you gotta love those, right?
Let's get a Dixie State one. They play tonight too.
Oh, do they?
I
If I get one, I'll.
I think they're just getting going now, though.
So on first and very long screen pass.
No, they're not running out the clock here, are they? There looks like they're pretty aggressive. That's going to do it for the third quarter of play. So after 3, 56-28. And let's run our State Bank of Southern Utah commercial if we can, and we'll be back after these messages.
Back with you as we get set to start quarter number 4. 56-28. And Durant with a carry on second and long. It's going to be shy of the first down.
Make that 14 yards, brings up 35.
Kind of watch and see what Pineview does choose to do. I kind of saw the Hurricane coaching staff kind of taking Elison and kind of pulling him aside and kind of patting him on the back, and I wonder if they're going to maybe go a different direction on offense here in this fourth quarter. And I can't imagine Pineview keeping their starters in a whole lot longer.
No, I wouldn't think so. Why would you risk an injury at this point? But Wilstead back to pass. Passes high to Bangerter, but complete. I think he's shy of the first down, though.
By Bangerter, that looks like it.
No, it is a first down. My bad.
Great catch by Bangtrain.
What a horrible nickname.
Yep, Flyers and Panthers pull away here in the second half. So we certainly know, again, that the first and second place teams had a bye last week, and they've come on all cylinders tonight here in the 3AA South games.
So the first down carry
About 4 yards.
picks up about 4.
Walbrook Stadium. Dixie 45-14 victors.
So the Dixie game sounds like it's a final. So they will head to Rice Eccles.
Well, they're a whole quarter ahead of this game. That's a long period of time ahead.
We've had some kind of weird delays, though, in that last quarter, didn't we? It seemed like it really slowed the game down.
A bunch of scoring.
Yeah, a lot of scoring certainly leads to a lot of stoppages as well. So
31-17 Desert Hills over Stansbury.
out of the gun, Wilstead to pass, throwing it. Catching it is Miller, across the 20, and taken down at the 10. So it'll be first and goal.
By Cody Wilstead.
Pineview looking to score here. Now, you'd think if they do put the points on the board that that's probably the last we would see of the first string, wouldn't you think?
I would hope they would. They just kind of run it in here and see what they can do to get some time off the clock. But in this shotgun formation, it still looks like they were going up top.
Tigers a little jumpy on the defensive line there. We'll see what the call is, though. See some of the Hurricane faithful starting to file out. They do call a false start. So still first and goal, but it's moved back to the 15.
3 out of the 4 final 4 teams from the 3AA South Division here. I don't know, not really much of a surprise, I wouldn't say, but
no. And swing pass incomplete. They did not whistle it, and now it's Hurricanes' ball. I thought that was a lateral pass. So a turnover.
The referees were going to say that the ball was a backward pass and that was a fumble. Ball goes over to Hurricane, first and 10.
Oh, funny. Yeah, I mean, I think on paper the final 4 we're going to have is the ones that you would have picked before the playoffs started.
Yeah, it's turned out to be not many surprises here, so.
No.
I mean, maybe the biggest surprise, what you mentioned earlier, not in the 3A ranks, but in the 4A ranks, and maybe not a surprise with Logan losing tonight without their all-state quarterback. So
yeah. So here's a pitch on first down to Condi, and he's decked. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Wrapped up by a plethora of Panthers.
He stole my line. Real quick, we want to give a shout out to Stevens Henniger College, the St. George campus, our new source for higher education here in southern Utah. We appreciate all that they're doing for us. Give them a call at 435-868-3289 and find out what they can do for you. Second down for the Tigers and a fumble, and I think Pineview's got it back. So that fumble brought to you by Dr. Robert Prince, one of our favorite orthodontists here in St. George at 754 South Main in Suite 2. Give him a call at 673-1171. Find out your best options for getting that smile perfectly straightened. Thank you to Dr. Prince. And thank you to all of our terrific sponsors tonight who helped us bring you this game. Wilstead still in there, back to pass, throws it over the middle, nearly picked off, and that's it's reads like that and throws like that you don't want to make against a team like Juan Diego. So
yeah, this is a little bit interesting here. I would think they would be a little bit, maybe they just want to quickly try to get another score here, but just, on the other hand, these are two programs that have played each other a lot, and there's not been a lot of lopsided wins.
No.
And maybe they want to try to make whatever statement they can, and they're still getting ready for next week, too.
Sure. Second down. Run up the middle, dive for the end zone, and they're going to say he's down at the 1. But it will be first and goal.
Down to the 1, first and goal, Panthers.
Yeah, and I think maybe the other thing, in fairness to Pineview, I think they're trying to keep their team polished after that long layoff too.
That's a long time, and you got to be used to playing fourth quarters. I mean, they have 2 more weeks left potentially, and you've got to be able to play a full contest from there, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly do. Snap, handoff, and on second effort, Tui gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Great push by that offensive line.
Great push by that offensive line. get Tui in the end zone, and 62-28. That's not what I had on my preseason pick here for this game here. So
no. I'm trying to think, and maybe you can help me out here, Mike. Extra point is up and good. Have we ever done a game that Hurricane was involved in where they gave up this many points that you can think of?
63. Hurricane Tigers.
No, like that. This is a lot of points.
Yeah, it is.
I don't remember.
I remember some games getting into the 40s, but I don't remember anything like this.
Give it up for the cheerleaders.
So,
Hey, we're there. We appreciate them.
opportunity for us to give a couple more shout-outs here. Thank you to Supermarket Cheeks. Again, an opportunity to give Jeff Cheek a call at 435-668-9707. Get a 50% off discount on your first delivery of your groceries. He will deliver them to your door, no matter what the situation that you may be in need of that delivery service. He is available, and he'll do the shopping for you. So give him a call. Again, 668-9707. So we get set for the kickoff here. 6:56 left in the football game. Kick taken, they say he was not at the goal line, but it's Noah Elison taking it just across the 20 to the 21. So the Tigers will start 1st and 10 once more. And time for us to talk about USU Eastern. Great opportunity to further your education without getting into significant debt. They have the lowest tuition in our state, and not to mention you get a degree from Utah State, and that's certainly something that everyone can respect. So USU Eastern, it's a great place to take a look at. Investigate them, give them a call. You see the number there on the screen, or visit them at usueastern.edu. So thank you to all of those folks
Jeremiah wrapped up by a host of Panthers
tonight for their support.
That's Johnson. See if we can put him on there.
Now? So 63-28, it'll be 2nd and 10. And the motor skills are not as good when the colder it gets. Jeremiah on the carry. Picking up 8 yards.
With the tackle.
So it'll be 3rd and 2. And if nothing else, I think the Tigers can take into this offseason the fact that they, won a game that a lot of people didn't think they could last week. Played a really pretty solid first half, other than a couple of turnovers in the first half of this game, and they're still fighting.
Oh yeah, they are. They're definitely trying to finish strong here. They already got one score here in late in the 4th quarter, and would love to try to get another one. So
we have kids running around with no shoes on.
And talking to Coach Homer, he just felt like this is there's different ways to measure a season of a level of success, and right now this is to finish strong is an important way to do that.
Carry over the right-hand side. It's Condi.
Picks up about 4. Brings up 2nd down for the Tigers.
It's tough when you're a senior, knowing this is the last time you put your pads on, and you've been through this for a lot of years, and you fight your way through Little League, and you get you have a chance to, and sometimes you play a lot and sometimes you don't play a lot, and it's always tough for at the end of every season for young men to finish their careers.
Play action. Elison chased out of the pocket, and he's going to heave it out of bounds.
Ball goes out incomplete. Not quite sure who that was intended for.
Jeez, really?
Brings up 3rd.
I won't mention some of the texts I've been getting about some of the background noise we've had tonight.
Third
and
what?
6.
3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. So we approach the 4-minute mark of the season of games here in southern Utah. Everything else is going to happen up north from here on out. Elison hands it off. Pickup of a couple.
Iravia stops short of the first down. Will bring up about 4th and 3 for the Tigers.
So Hurricane will look to punt once again.
To receive the punt.
I'm curious to see who comes out for Pineview on this next offensive possession here. Could be interesting. Skipper on the snap, and Stratton did a great job to get that one away and get a terrific bounce. So it's going to be down inside the 10. So great recovery by Ethan on a very poor snap.
And still first string for Pineview.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if there might be a few thoughts exchanged. Wouldn't be the first time.
So we'll see, again, see Pineview next week taking on Juan Diego. I believe that's Thursday.
I think that's the 11 o'clock. I'll double check.
They're both
here.
at 11 o'clock, at one on Thursday, one on Friday.
For tonight's game. Thank you, fellas.
Yep. It'll be Juan Diego and Pineview on Thursday at 11, and then the Friday 11 o'clock game will be between Dixie and Desert Hills.
So you can catch those on Scalooza and check things out on there. Again, help your school out by shopping online to our affiliates. It is a perfect time of year. You're starting to spend some money on some big holidays coming up. Take advantage of Scalooza. Buy the same thing and help give money back to your school.
2nd down for Pineview. Handoff up the middle.
Bono's wrapped up. By number 57, Joseph Wickett.
Where is our hot chocolate? That's what I want to know.
And number 43.
Probably at
Stetson Blackmore.
insert other place here. We need Swiss Miss as a sponsor, Mike.
Yes, Stevens.
Hurricane showing blitz. Passes caught in the flat. Enough for a first down, I believe.
Preston Allen for Panther first down.
Clock should keep rolling again. $1:48, as you can see, and see if Pineview just chooses to run it out or not.
Yeah, they didn't on that last play. Two receivers wide to the right, one wide to the left. Handoff. Not much there.
Good to see Pineview back in the semifinals. They were a regular there in the semifinals and finals for a lot of years, and then took a little bit of a drought, and they're going to be back in there and kind of where they feel like they belong. So they've had a couple of tough years, and now they'll be back on the turf up there at Rice Eccles next week.
Check it out tonight, right after the game.
Absolutely. Under a minute left now. Handoff once again. It's Tui over the right-hand side.
Down about the 29-yard line.
Good carry there. We'll make it third down. And about 2. Just as we kind of get close to closing things out here. Just want to remind you over this weekend, if you have an opportunity, support Dr. Prince, Stevens Henniger, Supermarket Cheeks, USU Eastern, and of course Team D Auto Sales, Hinton Burdick CPA, State Bank of Southern Utah, and Brad Haar, attorney at law. 8 fantastic businesses that have done a lot to enable you to watch this game tonight. So please support them.
11 a.m.
We say a hearty thank you to them and a hearty thank you to you for watching as Pineview sets the table for a big semifinal matchup next week against Juan Diego.
So again, thanks for watching us here on Scaluzza.com. Final score 63 for the Pineview Panthers, 28 for the Tigers. So for Travis Brunstad, I'm Mike Butler, and thanks for watching, and have a lovely night.